So the NFL draft is only 2 weeks out. So with nothing better to do, the three of us decided to get together and throw together some kind of pre-NFL draft, mock draft kind of deal. Me and Voice, we put together ourselves a complete mock draft of the first round. And Kana is kind of just here to make fun of the Bears and the Jets and all the other stupid teams in the NFL. There's a lot of them.
Hey, Bungles.
And the Bungles. Well, they're turning a corner. I really think that.
No, they're not.
Fair.
Well, assuming
you make a convincing argument.
Assuming they actually draft an offensive line.
Yes.
You think they're a good team.
Anyway,
I'm a masochist. What can I say?
Anyway, Haymakers here, voice of reason, Kanako, and Nikki V. We're going to be talking about the NFL 2021 draft and the free agency. So we're going to go in draft order from Jacksonville at number 1 to Bucks at 32. And I also added on the Rams, Texans, and the Seahawks, since they're not in the first round, but we should still talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And let's get things started. Let's starting off with the first pick going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's what they acquired in the offseason. Quarterback, C.J. Beathard. Running back, Carlos Hyde. 2 pickups at wide receiver, Marvin Jones and Philip Dorsett. Tight end, Chris Manhertz. Defensive tackles, Roy Robertson-Harris, Malcolm Brown, and Jihad Ward. Cornerback, Shaq Griffin. Safeties, Rayshawn Jenkins and Rudy Ford. And kick returner, Jamal Agnew. Who they lost, wide receivers Dede Westbrook and Keenan Cole. Tight ends, Tyler Eifert and Josh Oliver. Defensive tackle, Avery Jones. And cornerback, DJ Hayden. And everyone here can agree that Trevor Lawrence is going number 1.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the Jets' only major need, a good QB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're already starting to talk about him like he's already a member of the team. Like, if they... Like, this is like back in 05 when we all knew... Or not 05, 09, back when we all knew, like, months beforehand that Matt Stafford was going to the Lions. Like, this one's patently obvious.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the moment the Jaguars won Tank Bowl, we knew who they were picking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, funny thing, I do actually remember back in 2009, Matthew Stafford went on David Letterman to do the top 10 picks of why he's going to Detroit.
He literally signed his contract before the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
No, literally.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Okay, yeah, everyone's on board with Trevor, pretty much Trevor Lawrence. Next, the number 2 pick. I
feel sorry.
J-E-T-S.
How do you fuck up so badly that you miss out on Tank Bowl?
I don't know. Ask the '68 Philadelphia Eagles.
They missed out on OJ?
Yeah, they missed out on they missed out on OJ.
They missed out on the juice?
Yep. Yeah, because they won 2 meaningless games in the middle towards the end of the season. They missed out on OJ Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
And the final and if you recall the final game of that year, they booed Santa.
Haha.
Anyway, Jets acquisition.
Let me see who they ended up picking that year. I gotta find this one out.
Okay, you do that, and I'll do off the Jets acquisitions. They actually did pick up a lot, and I'm actually kind of proud of what they picked up. So, running back Tevin Coleman, wide receivers Corey Davis and Keelan Cole, tight end Tyler Kroft, guard Dan Feeney. Probably the big pick, which I'm absolutely ecstatic that they got, defensive end edge rusher Carl Lawson from Cincy. Defensive end Vinnie Curry. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins. Linebacker Gerard Davis. Cornerback and also kick returner Justin Hardy. And safety LaMarcus Joyner. Who they lost? Sam Darnold, obviously. Actually, that's fairly recently. Wide receiver Brashad Perryman, guard Pat Eiflin, defensive tackle Henry Anderson, outside linebacker Jordan Jenkins, Terrell Basham, linebacker Neville Hewitt, cornerback Brian Poole, Arthur Millett, and safety Bradley McDougald.
Okay, so I found out who the Eagles ended up taking. It was actually in 68. I don't know. I think you might have said 66.
No, I said 68.
No, well then I just misheard. So the Eagles ended up picking third that year.
Oh.
And like they ended up missing out on 1 and 2. OJ went 1. An offensive tackle went number 2 to the Falcons named George Coons, who was a Pro Bowler, so solid. And then third was a guy named Leroy Keys, who played 5 seasons in the NFL.
Ugh.
Ouch. And then the pick immediately after that, Mean Joe Green.
Oh, they could have had Mean Joe.
Oof.
Oh my God, could you imagine that the Eagles with Mean Joe Green on their defense?
Any defense with Mean Joe Green is instantly like the scariest motherfucking unit ever.
But anyway, for the Jets, or as I like to call them, the New Jersey practice squad, because good God, they did not show up last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's better than going at 11-0 and then, well,
losing to the Browns in the wild card round.
They still them Browns.
Yeah. So, but anyway, the Jets Jets trade away Sam Darnold, which means they're going for QB now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty much a lock that their sights are set on Zach Wilson. Again, while he has a similar a very similar throwing style to Sam Darnold, I think he's going to flourish a lot better in sorry. Yeah, I'm hearing Kitty. Dang, the kitten distracted me.
The people that I'm on the call with can hear the cat. The people in the
it is completely fine. Cats make the internet better.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
yes,
they're both meowing.
To quote Tom Grassi, kitty goes meow, kitty goes meow, kitty goes meow.
Which one is it? It's Lawrence. Hey, it's Lawrence. It was not named after Trevor Lawrence, I swear.
I would have gone with Lawrence Taylor.
So good, but it's topical.
Okay, yeah. By the way, Sega's like right next to me, and I told him that there was a kid nearby, and she was squealing.
Hey, Segs.
They say hi.
Yes, we say hi.
Anyway, so yeah, whether depending on who they pick, they are going to QB. I think they're going Zach Wilson. I'm agreeing with pretty much every NFL analyst saying that he is the most pro-ready, and I think with Saleh as head coach and Matt LaFleur's younger brother, Mike LaFleur, at the helm of offensive coordinator, I think he'll do really well, assuming they actually the Jets, fix that offensive line.
Yeah, that's gonna be something. Luckily for them, this year there's a lot that they can find in the later rounds. It's a particularly deep offensive line draft. So. Oh yeah,
not just the tackles, but inside O line as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I was about to say, we will know very quickly at the start of next season if the Jets will be doing well or not.
They have they have an easier schedule this year. I'm happy that they have an easier schedule this year than last year having the worst schedule.
Oof.
Yeah, if you look at if you look at Tankathon, they had the absolute hardest schedule. I think the rank was .598.
Yikes.
And
yeah,
you still failed.
No, with that I expected them to fail. Because
you still failed to tank properly.
Well, on the
They had to pull out
on the
those
plus
gutsy
side,
wins.
well, on the plus side, the people that they won against beat the number 3 seed in both rounds. So maybe
That's
that was
not something.
maybe that was the Browns and Rams' good luck charm. Losing to the Jets is no way we're losing to both the Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Nikki, who do you are picking different other than Zach Wilson?
Yeah, I think that the allure of a big name, like big college quarterback, is just going to be too much for them to ignore, and they're going to go Justin Fields. Like, I don't know. I know that a lot of people are saying that this is going to be Zach Wilson, and maybe I'm just doing it to be contrarian, but like it feels like a better fit with the organization, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling it out.
I wouldn't mind. I honestly wouldn't mind a more dual threat quarterback like Fields.
Sure.
Yeah. But if we're, and again, Zach Wilson, I'm trying to remember they had a stat thing a while ago. I forgot what the article was, but they had a list of like what the throwing percentage for each of the college QBs were outside the pocket, and I think Wilson ranked third or fourth out of those throws from the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, I think Wilson or Fields will do well, but I'm going Fields on this one. Wilson on this one.
Yeah. I just think that they want to change things up in terms of like they had a quarterback with Darnold that was a statue, like total pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
And
so I'm gonna say this: if you guys had your previous head coach, which I would totally agree with the Justin Fields pick.
Mm-hmm.
But with the new head coach, and I would go with Wilson. Just and that's of my basic knowledge of what you guys have just said and knowing what the Jets were.
Right. Now we're starting fresh, new coaching staff. Let's be like the Knicks and work from the ground up, and fresh young. Let's do some fresh young talent, and do left to right jabs against the Milwaukee Bucks, or I guess who would be the next top one. I don't know, the Bills maybe. I don't know. Anyway, next taking the third pick, and I know was the Dolphins, which then got traded from to the San Francisco 49ers. Let me just grab their stats of who they took. They were all the way down on this page. Yada, 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 yada. Here we are. Okay, acquisitions. Quarterback, Nate Sudfeld. Wide receiver, Mohamed Sanu. Center, Alex Mack. Outside linebacker, Samson Ubakam. Linebacker, Nate Gerry. And safety, Tavon Wilson. Losses, running back, Jerick McKinnon. Wide receiver, Kendrick Bourne. Tight end, Jordan Reed. Guard, Tom Compton. Center, Ben Garland. Defensive end, Kerry Hyder. Defensive end, Solomon Thomas. Richard Sherman, I think, is lost in free agency, but he hasn't signed with a team yet. And quarterback, Akello Witherspoon. Also, they didn't put on here was Tevin Coleman from the who the Jets acquired. So, apparently the 49ers know something that apparently the Jets are also in on.
Yeah,
yes.
I made my pick before I realized, oh wait, that the 49ers moved up.
Yes.
Probably to get a quarterback.
Yes.
But I didn't want to restructure my entire draft, so I'm just going to stick with mine. I think that they are not going quarterback. I think they're going to stick with Jimmy Garoppolo for at least a little while longer, and I think they're going to take Patrick Surtain II cornerback.
Oh, wow. Okay, given now, if the draft stayed as it was back a couple months ago, I probably would have agreed with you. But because they moved up, I completely disagree.
Yeah, they need to get their Richard Sherman replacement.
They need to get a lot of replacements.
Basically, I think the reason they got Garoppolo, is that how you say he's the last name?
Garoppolo, yeah.
Garoppolo, yeah.
The only reason they got him is to be a quarterback for one season while the new guy gets accustomed.
That's what I'm thinking, and everyone is saying that they traded up to get Mac Jones. Yeah, no, that I have my doubts about Mac Jones. It's actually why I think they're actually going to pick Justin Fields at number 3.
Believe me, I have my doubts about Mac Jones as well, but there's going to be a team stupid enough to try and go for it.
But I know one of those teams is not going to be the Patriots.
Yeah. Like Bill Belichick took one look and said, "Girl, get yourself fixed."
It's like, no. Just no.
Get yourself sorted out.
All right. Okay, so Fields and Surtain. Next on the list is the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, boy. Okay, acquisitions. Running back, Mike Davis. Tight end, Lee Smith. Outside linebacker, Barcavius Mingo. Cornerback, Fabian Moreau. And safety, Eric Harris. Losing in free agencies, running back Todd Gurley, center Alex Mack, defensive edge rusher Charles Harris, cornerback Darqueze Dennard, safety Keanu Neal, safety DeMonte Kazee, and Ricardo Allen.
Man, how'd this Falcons team fuck up so hard?
I have no clue. Their team is there. It's just they never knew how to finish the games.
Oh my god, it was like they were high comedy. Like that game they blew to the Bears was so funny.
No, not even that. The first blown game against the Cowboys.
Do I need to remind us all of what they did at the Super Bowl?
This is dumber.
Sure.
This is clearly dumber because
the Falcons have become known for blowing 99% lead chance winning games. It's become stupid that how good they are at fucking up at the end of a game.
It's magical.
Yeah,
you would almost be tempted every time they get to a 99% chance winning, betting on the other team.
It's like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if the algorithm for them has changed now. Like if they get up to a 99% win, now the algorithm that figures out whether or not they're in a good position to win is just like, wait a second, it's the Falcons.
Never mind.
We'll never know.
93.
But in any case, this is I think they're gonna the way again, like I said, the team is there. It's just they don't know how to finish it off. But with a couple of losses, I think they're going to go for the next highest person that's not a QB, and I'm thinking they're going to be taking tight end Kyle Pitts from Florida.
Man, when was the last time we saw a tight end going this high?
Kyle
Brady?
Kyle Brady, I know he went 5 in 95. Instead of, Warren Sapp!
Whoops. What did he ever do?
Oh, I don't know. Defensive players. I don't know. Maybe defensive player of the year, on the best, one of the best defenses ever.
Yeah, but Kyle Brady was a good tight end.
Yeah, but still. We could.
So Kyle Pitts, huh?
Yep.
So as a quick point of reference, this is the first time in this draft we're seeing a team that actually needs a lot of things out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. which is why I think the Falcons are going to trade down.
I did.
They need players.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, my draft includes trades, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I chose not to go the trade route. I'm just going what we have currently. But yeah, if any team I see trading, it would probably be the Falcons down to get somebody.
Yeah, because they aren't in as dire need of a quarterback as other teams at the top of the board, so they can afford to like go down a few picks, stockpile, and get some more players.
Of course.
Speaking of teams that need to be higher up in the draft, and need a new QB. Hey, Utri, how your team doing?
Poor.
Yes,
we'll be seeing them next year around here.
But anyway, if they are trading down, who are they getting?
So you want me to say who I think the Falcons are still taking?
Yes.
Okay, so I have them trading with the Broncos. So they will end up going down all the way to pick number 9, and somehow they still end up getting one of the big quarterbacks. Like, the Falcons are the luckiest sons of bitches in the world, aside from, blowing 99% leads.
Yeah.
I think that they end up taking Trey Lance out of North Dakota State.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like, he seems like the picture-perfect, ideal, sit for a year, learn behind a really good quarterback, and then figure out what to do with Matt Ryan later, and say hello to Atlanta Trey Lance.
All right. Next, picking 5th, the Cincinnati... All right, I gotta say it. The Cincinnati Bungles. There, I said it once. You happy?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, Bengals acquisitions. Offensive tackle and guard Riley Reif. Defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi.
You said it right. Ogunjobi.
Yep. Ogunjobi. Quarterbacks Chidobe Awuzie and Mike Hilton. And safety Ricardo Allen. People they lost. Backup quarterback Ryan Finley. Running back Giovanni Bernard. Wide receivers AJ Green and John Ross.
Oof.
Yeah. Offensive tackle Bobby Hart. Edge rusher Carl Lawson to the Jets. Woo. Defensive tackle Geno Atkins Christian Covington. Cornerbacks William Jackson and Mackenzie Alexander. And kicker Ryan Bullock. Yeah, these guys need a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And one of those things that they need is to not kill Joe Burrow.
That'd be nice. Please don't kill Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. He's an LSU guy.
You think the Bungles are going to do something good?
They, honestly, the NFC North, outside of maybe the AFC East, if, the Jets clean up, the NFC North, I think, is the most competitive division
AFC
right now.
North.
Sorry, AFC North.
NFC North is the one with the Bears, and no.
Right. The AFC
No.
The AFC North is one of probably the top 3 divisions that are the most competitive, alongside the AFC East and the NFC West.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
They can, all they need is one good season and a good couple of weapons, and they're in the running for the wild card. Maybe not division yet, because you still have the Ravens and the Browns still to contend with, but again, a couple of offensive weapons and securing that O-line, and the Bengals could be playoff contenders. And of course, to not get Joe Burrow killed, I have them taking Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon, because good God, they need the help.
Yeah, I'm hearing really good things about this guy. Like, the best offensive tackle since Orlando Pace. He is a juicy little biscuit.
Yes, but you
Can I redact that? I regret saying that.
Nope, it's on the internet forever.
Fuck.
But you have them trading down?
Yep, I have them do it. They've been doing that a lot. They've been just stockpiling picks, just more. And I actually had them trading down twice.
Yikes.
Like, they were originally at number 5. I had them going all the way down to 13 and picking up a first, a third, and a first and a third next year.
Okay.
And then at 13, they trade down again, picking up a second, next year's second, and next year's fourth. So more picks, please. But I still have them taking an offensive lineman because I'm not fucking stupid.
Okay.
I have them taking Samuel Cosmi.
Okay, tackle out of Texas.
Yeah. I think that, like, as long as they get, like, because they picked up Riley Reef earlier, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So if, like, they don't have to immediately throw him into the blind side role. They can start him off at right tackle, have Riley Reef stay at the left side, and just develop. I think that would work.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, next, the people who were originally the 3rd pick then went to the 12th pick, and now they're back to the 6th pick. The Miami Dolphins. Acquisitions, quarterback Jacoby Brissett, running back Malcolm Brown. Probably the big pickup, wide receiver Will Fuller. Center Matt Skura, defensive tackle John Jenkins, not Jordan Jenkins, excuse me. Defensive tackle Adam Butler. Offensive linebacker Scarlett, I think they forgot to put the last name on that one. Linebacker Benardrick McKinney, linebacker Duke Riley, and quarterback Justin Coleman. Losses: Ryan Fitzmagic, running back Matt Breida, center Ted Karras, defensive end Shaq Lawson, defensive tackle David Godchaux, offensive linebacker Kyle Van Noy to the Patriots, Kamu Grugier-Hill, and punter Matt Hack.
You know you're good when your last name's Hack.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. His last name could be Doink.
And his first name Double?
But anyway, yeah, they did, again, pretty good offseason for the Dolphins so far, and it looks like they're going to have another good draft this year. Again, they have, I think, 2 picks. Yeah, I think they have 2 picks this year. One's from, again, a trade. One was from the Texans for the 3rd pick this year, but again, that got traded down and up again. And then the other is their actual pick, round 20. So, this first thing I think they're going to address is like the top wideout. So. Again, there's all the rumors like, oh, they're gonna go Devontae Smith and bring Tua Tagovailoa and Devontae Smith back together. Nah, I think Jamar Chase is gonna be the guy they're gonna pick up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. This is one of the few picks that we actually do agree on. But yeah, I think that Jamar Chase just has the most possible upside. Like he could be a number 1 immediately.
Mm-hmm.
As an aside, the Dolphins need a wide receiver, a running back, a tight end, and an edge, mainly. They do need other things, but those are their main needs.
Yeah, wide receiver, edge. Wide receiver, edge, running back, and tight end. That's like the top guys. Anyway, next on.
They just need an offense.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, defense was great last year. I was shocked at how good their defense was. Dude,
like their head coach is no joke.
To quote Tom Grassi during during the Rams Dolphins game, it's like if the Dolphins just wanted to score, they would have went to Jared's. Get it? Because Jared Goff fumbled twice and threw 3 interceptions.
Mediocre at best.
Okay. Anyway, next, picking 6th, picking 7th, the Detroit Kitty Cats. Well, the other Kitty Cats. But
7th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the order at the moment, and it's a different team.
Are you looking at the wrong draft? Because I have them. I have the Lions as well. Who do you have?
I'm looking at the. I'm using I'm looking at someone's mock draft and
They must have traded.
they're saying okay, that's an interesting thing.
Oh, they have someone else's mock draft?
I was looking at someone else's mock draft for thoughts on and what they believe will happen, and I'm just going to go over this real quickly. They think number 7 will be traded.
Okay.
But
to the evil empire.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's a long way to come up.
But anyway, Detroit Lions acquisitions: quarterback Jared Goff, running back Jamal Williams, wide receivers Tyrell Williams, Rashad Perryman, and Caleb Raymond, tight end Josh Hill, edge rusher Charles Harris, defensive tackle Michael Brockers, linebacker Alex Anzalone, cornerback Corn Elder, and kicker Randy Bullock. Okay, let's go over the losses. Quarterback Matthew Stafford, running back Adrian Peterson, wide receivers Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, and Danny Amendola, tight end Jesse James, guard Joe Dahl, and Ode Abushi, center Russell Bodine, defensive end Everson Griffin, defensive tackle Danny Shelton, linebacker Gerard Davis, linebacker Christian Jones, linebacker Reggie Ragland, quarterbacks Desmond Trufant, Justin Coleman, Darryl Roberts, safety Duron Harbour, kicker Matt Prater, and kick returner Jamal Agnew. Who is playing on the Detroit Lions right now?
Me. I would like to announce my eligibility for the NFL draft.
I'm too fucking old to play and too small.
Dude, I'm 29 and probably smaller than you. Like, no. This would be a horrible idea. I would die.
I'm 29 turning 30, and I'm 5'1" at best.
Okay, then I am taller. Cool.
I'm 100 pounds, soaking wet.
Yeah, they need... The Lions need everything. They really do need everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think the first need is, like, give Jared Goff a weapon of some sort. Which,
some semblance of a wide receiver.
Yeah, so in this case, actually, funny thing, I think I'm just looking at our picks for the Lions and the Eagles. We picked opposite, so yeah. So I have them actually taking Devontae Smith out of Alabama, and you're taking the other guy.
Yeah, I'm having them taking Jalen Waddell out of Alabama. They're taking some wide receiver out of Alabama.
Yeah.
As a side note, the mock draft I'm looking at is saying that the Patriots will trade up and take Trey Lance. Yeah, Trey Lance. QB.
Cool.
I hope not.
All right. But anyway, yeah, so spoilers ahead for the Eagles thing. We switched picks. Eagles taking Jalen Waddle, and you got Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I have him with Devontae Smith.
Okay, next on the chopping block is the Carolina Panthers. Let's see what they had acquired and lost during the offseason. Acquisitions: quarterback Sam Darnold, wide receiver David Moore, tight end Dan Arnold, offensive tackle Cameron Irving, guard Pat Eiflin, defensive tackle Morgan Fox, offensive outside linebacker Hassan Reddick, linebacker Denzel Perryman, cornerback AJ Boye, and Rashawn Melvin. People they've lost: running back Mike Davis, fullback, didn't know they had fullbacks, Alex Arma, wide receiver Curtis Samuel, tight end Chris Manhertz, offensive tackle Russell Okung, guards Chris Reed, Michael Schofield, center Tyler Larson, defensive end Steve Weatherly, defensive tackle Kawan Short, linebacker Tahir Whitehead, cornerback Rasul Douglas, and safety Trey Boston. And according to the Draft Network, looks like their needs are, well, at least their first needs are offensive tackle and cornerback. And then, like, everything else is their secondaries.
Right. And we both went there.
Yeah, I actually went the defensive route. I think they're going to be taking cornerback J.C. Horn. Out of South Carolina? Yeah, South Carolina. Oh, yeah. I got that right. One go.
Nice. First try.
Yeah.
And I have them taking an offensive tackle so that they don't let Sam Darnold die like he did in New York.
Yeah. So which one are you taking?
Rayshawn Slater out of Northwestern.
Okay. Yeah, Northwestern's got a couple good players in there. I got one of them going. Well, actually, I have mine going 25. You haven't going. I've got mine going before the. Or we're going 1-2, but in different spots. And there's a really good tight end in the third round. I think might go. I forgot the guy's name, but I hear he's like really he's like a sleeper pick.
Was Northwestern good this year?
They went to the Big Ten championship.
Oh, good for them.
Yep. All right, next, the Denver Broncos.
You already know who I'm taking.
Yep.
Wait, no need. You don't. I have them trading up, and I didn't say who they were taking.
Right. But anyway, their acquisitions and losses. Acquisitions: running back Mike Boone, defensive tackle Shamar Stephen, cornerback Kyle Fuller, and cornerback Ronald Darby.
Connection between the Bears and the Broncos is so real.
Yeah, I know. Their losses: running back Philip Lindsay, that's a shame. Offensive tackle DeMar Dawson, defensive tackles Darrell Casey and DeMarcus Walker, and Elijah Wilkinson. Offensive linebacker Jeremiah Atachu, cornerback AJ Boye, and safety Will Parks. Injuries killed them. Injuries really hurt them this year, and also COVID.
Oh my God, that one game where they had to start at wide receiver at quarterback.
Yeah, that was not fun. That should never been played. But they also scored the same amount as Tom Brady against the one game against the Saints. But yeah, here's what I'm thinking. They're actually gonna I think they will address a defensive need, but not the defensive need most people would think. I think they're actually gonna go for the linebacker position, basically to let what's his face what's the big guy's name in on the
Von Miller?
Yeah, Von Miller. Basically Von Miller's replacement. I have them take in Micah Parsons.
Out of Penn State.
Plays offensive. Yeah, he's an all-around linebacker. Plays offensive and inside. So yeah, he can learn from Von Miller 1 year, and then when he finally retires, he can take his spot.
Yeah, that works. So I have them trading up to number 4. See, after the 49ers take Patrick Surtain II, the Broncos are like, guys, what are the quarterbacks still there? Go! So they trade up. They give up their second, their 6th, and a first next year to move up 5 spots. And get Zach Wilson.
Okie dokie.
So this is intriguing because looking at the mock draft I've been looking at for fun, and they have on the 9th pick the Broncos picking up Mac Jones.
Yeah. Why?
Because QB.
I know.
Because quarterbacks are always quarterbacks
Overdrafted.
almost never fall. I know there's a couple of times where they did, but it's much more common for quarterbacks to be taken too high rather than too low.
That's true. I mean, like, I think the three, I think I can think of off the top of my head. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers in 2005, and I think, did Patrick Mahomes go late?
He went 10.
Oh, he went 10. Never mind. Yeah, he went middle.
Yeah. Cough, cough, Christian Hackenberg in the second round.
Oh, don't stop now. Stop.
Le oof.
Stop reminding me of the bad QB picks.
Literally
pick
never.
10.
Yeah. America's former team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, now it's the Bills.
Yep. Anyway, okay, acquisitions. Offensive tackle, Niske? Is that how you pronounce it?
Say it again?
Ty Niske, Nsekhe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Defensive tackles, Brent Urban and Carlos Watkins. Safety, Keanu Neal and DeMonte Kazee. And punter, Brian Anger. That's fun. That's fun. They have a punter named Anger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Losses. Quarterback Andy Dalton to the Bears. You could have gotten him for less. Last year, I should say. Center Joe Looney, defensive end Alden Smith and Tyrone Crawford. Linebacker Sean Lee. Oh, so Sean Lee's not playing. Cornerback Chidobe Awuzie and safety Xavier Woods. And no, not the Xavier Woods you're thinking of. But but yeah, the Cowboys need to address defense badly. Their so I have them picking cornerback. This is an obvious one. They're picking Patrick Surtain II out of Alabama. Yeah,
Miami.
No, Alabama.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, shit.
Patrick Surtain II. Who's the guy out of Miami? It is. Hang on.
I could have swore there was one.
No, there's an edge rusher out of Miami.
I don't have him in my first round. Why did I think Miami then?
Nope.
Kyle. That's Florida.
No, Kyle Trask was Florida. I think the only other big guy. Oh, you're thinking of Asante Samuel. He's Florida State.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Jalen Phillips.
Perhaps.
Maybe. But yeah, they need defense, and they're gonna get their cornerback in Patrick Surtain II.
So the Cowboys have a type. Like, they like the big name, big school, like headline grabbing picks. And Kyle Pitts hasn't been taken yet.
Well, in your draft.
Sure. Of course. In my draft. And like, he is the kind of player that Jerry Jones would take one look at, have a heart attack, and die, but then remember that he's not allowed to die because of the blood pact that he signed. So, yeah, he's like, if Kyle Pitts somehow lasts until number 10, he's going to the Cowboys for shizzity sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones is too rich to die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, the New York Football Giants. They honestly should have went to the. They could have went to the playoffs last year, but then, Philadelphia decided to give up. But anyway, actually, funny thing, current draft, that you have 3 NFC East teams going back to back to back.
It's almost as if that division was shit.
Yeah, they were. But anyway,
it's the division of someone has to go there. Like, the NFC East is the best the best evidence for eliminating the automatic playoff berth for conference or for division winners.
Yep.
Because, like, how often has a 9-7 or an 8-8 or a 7-9 NFC East champion like snagged a 4 seed in a playoff home game?
Quite a few, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I know the Giants were 9-7 when they knocked off the Pats.
Yep, and I think I don't remember. Because like every other time, like I think the Eagles and the Cowboys were like one of the best teams, like in the NFC. And they got knocked out. But anyway, Giants acquisitions. Quarterback Mike Glennon. I did not see that. Running back Devontae Booker. Wide receivers Kenny Golladay and John Ross.
Nice.
Tight end Kyle Rudolph. Guard Zach Fulton. Defensive tackle Danny Shelton. Offensive linebacker Ifeadi Odedingbo. I hope I pronounced that right. Offensive linebacker, outside linebacker Ryan Anderson, linebacker Reggie Ragland, and quarterback Adoree Jackson. Again, pretty good pickups. Losses: quarterback Colt McCoy, their backup. Running back Wayne Gallman, their other backup. Wide receiver Golden Tate, not much loss there. Offensive tackle Cameron Fleming. Guard Kevin Zeitler, defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, outside linebacker Kyle Fackrell, and Jabal Sheard. So I have them going with an edge rusher.
I also have them going with an edge rusher.
But out of the many drafts, I'm going one with that no one has. I have them taking edge rusher out of Miami, Gregory Rousseau.
Yeah, I was wondering where he was on my board, and I didn't see him.
Yeah, a lot of people have him either going later in the rounds or not even in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Giants will take I'll take Rousseau in the first.
And I have them going with someone a little bit more prophesized. I don't know, to go in the first round. Azeez Ojulari.
Ojulari.
I'm gonna get Ojulari.
Yep.
Azeez Ojulari.
Yep. Out of Georgia, sweet Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not so sweet Georgia currently.
Second. I think someone just knocked it. Oh no, wait, knocking at the other door. Never mind. Continue.
All right. Next, man, I should feel bad, but I actually really don't. This is just karma. The Philadelphia Eagles. They went from the 6th pick to the 12th pick. And they, oh my God, what the hell was their offseason? Acquisitions: quarterback Joe Flacco, running back Jordan Howard, linebacker Eric Wilson, safety Anthony Harris, and safety Andrew Adams. Their losses: Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Jason Peters, Vinny Curry, Malik Jackson, Nate Gary, Duke Riley, Jalen Mills, and Cam Johnston. They're tanking.
I think everybody figured out at once. Wait a second. This organization sucks.
Yeah, this looks bad. This looks really, really bad, and I feel so bad for Jalen Hurts. Like, I mean, he could be the future of the organization, but he's got nothing to work with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll throw him a bone. Maybe they'll give him Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith. We'll see when it comes to that. Okay, next on the list is did I have that? I'm just making sure I put that right. Yes, the Los Angeles Chargers. Honestly, again, another. Wake up.
I'm not a fan of the.
I'm a fan of their quarterback.
I'm not a fan of the move.
No,
well, sure.
I don't think anyone was a fan of the move. But anyway,
people in Los Angeles don't even like the move.
No. But anyway, Okay, that's funny. The Walter Football has them as the San Angeles Chargers.
Nice.
Because they have no home. Anyway, acquisitions. Quarterback Jace Daniel, tight end Jared Cook, Matt Filer, guards Matt Filer and Ode Ibushi, and center Corey Lindsley. That is probably one of the best offensive line pickups. But they did have a number of losses. Tyrod Taylor, Hunter Henry, Sam Tevy, Try Turner, Forrest Lamp, Dan Feeney, center Mike Pouncey, Isaac, defensive tackle.
Pouncey.
Yep. Isaac Rochelle, outside linebacker Melvin Ingram, Denzel Perryman, Casey Hayward, Rashawn Jenkins, and Jaleel Adday. So I think I'm just looking at their draft needs. Just standard stuff: tackle, edge rusher, safety, and cornerback, and then every other pick afterwards. Yeah, I think they're gonna. Honestly, I think they should go for the tackle position in this one, and I have them going for offensive tackle Rayshawn Slater out of Northwestern, I believe. Did I put that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Northwestern.
Yeah. That was the Northwestern pick.
Yep.
Now, I have them also going offensive tackle, but I think that they're going to move up to get one. I think that they're going to trade with the Bengals all the way up to number 5, and I think they're going to be the ones to take Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. Yep.
Penei Sewell. Thank you.
Okay. So
because he was Justin Herbert's offensive tackle back when he was in. They both went to Oregon.
Right. Yeah, and I guess they could benefit from the same system. Assuming the head coach knows what clock management is.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the list is the Minnesota Vikings. And man, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, they're.
What do you mean? What do you mean, mighty?
Oh. Anyway, their pickups actually not that bad. Center Mason Cole, defensive end edge rusher Stephen Weatherly, Dalvin Thompson, Nick Vigil, Patrick Peterson. It could be hit or miss. Mackenzie Alexander and safety Xavier Woods. Their losses: Mike Boone, Kyle Rudolph, Riley Reif, Ifedeya Odenigbo, Shamar Steven, Eric Wilson, Todd Davis, and safety Anthony Harris. Again, the offense was all right last year, but they need help on defense. And I have them going with edge rusher Kwity Paye out of Michigan.
I think they are going. They need to protect Kirk Cousins really badly because he was under pressure a lot last year. So I've been going offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech.
I see. All right, next. Okay, Evil Empire time.
Dun dun dun.
I tried to get them to trade down on this pick so hard.
But you didn't let them.
I couldn't do it. I tried to find teams that would needed stuff with the picks around this area, but it was just nah.
Yep. Anyway, acquisitions. Everyone. They got everybody, pretty much. High spending.
The team.
Wide receiver, and they got a lot. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Hunter Henry, John.
Fucking Aguilar.
Yeah. Nelson drops the ball Aguilar, even though he was
He actually did okay, and where was he last year?
He was in Oakland.
No, Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Las Vegas. That's what I meant to say. Jonnu Smith, Trent Brown, Ted Karras, defensive end Matthew Judon, David Godchaux, Montravius Adams. They got Kyle Van Noy back, Raekwon McMillan, Leroy Reynolds, and safety Jalen Mills. they did lose a couple people. Rex Burkhead, Damian Byrd, Joe Tooney was the big one. Jermaine Eleanor, James Ferentz, John Simon, Bo Allen, Adam Butler, and cornerback J.C. McCourty. Yeah, usually when you spend this much in free agency, it does not bode well the following season.
Yeah, but
I know from
Bill
Jets.
Belichick is in crisis mode.
Yeah, I know from Jets experience.
Yeah, this is the moves that somebody who is like, I'm about to be exposed makes to try to make sure that they like if they make this Hail Mary work out, then they'll still have a job next year.
Yep, and even though that Cam Newton signed on for another year, I think they are going to pick Cam Newton's replacement, Trey Lance. Yeah, I do not have them going. Now, originally I saw a couple people have them go for Mac Jones. After that pro day, no, they're gonna avoid Mac Jones like the plague. And they're gonna.
You can't say that phrase anymore because clearly we haven't been avoiding it.
Okay, like the. They're gonna avoid it like the.
I want to make a joke as an Australian. I really do. But it's really mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'll think of something.
Do I have permission to say my joke?
No.
Dude, I've made Owen Hart jokes on this channel. I doubt anything is off limits.
They're avoiding him like the US is avoiding the truth.
Nah.
Woo?
Hey, half of America, you can't handle the fact that your president lost. I love watching a country
You built
burn.
that one up way too much, and it was not as good as you thought it was.
Yeah, that was weak.
I mean, you two have some level of knowledge on things and stuff.
Yes.
But I have them going for Trey Lance.
Okay, I have them going cornerback because, I feel like they default to that a lot. Like, if they can't move out of their spot, then they just fuck it, we'll take the best defensive player on the board. So I have them going into J.C. Horn out of South Carolina.
Okay. All right then. Next, wow, I can't believe I'm saying this. The 8-8 Arizona Cardinals. Wow. They could have went, but then they just kind of collapsed towards the end of it.
Honestly, I like what I'm seeing out of Arizona this year.
Oh yeah, Cliff Kingsbury's got some talent. But anyway, their acquisitions actually pretty some good. They acquired Colt McCoy. They got AJ Green, Ronnie Hudson, JJ Watt. I didn't see him going there at all. By the way, I thought he was going to go to Buffalo.
What just happened?
Exactly.
Boo!
Malcolm Butler.
Better than your joke.
Anyway, Malcolm Butler, that's a good pickup. Sean Williams and kicker Matt Prater.
Yeah, the Arizona did the same thing that New England did, but they did good. Yeah. They didn't seem incredibly desperate. It felt more like, hey, we want to go to Arizona.
Which is weird because that's the retirement home for NFL.
Well, yeah, sure. And a lot of the people there are NFL kind of retirement age. AJ Green is an older one. JJ Watt's an older one.
Yeah.
Basically, this is kind of a last hurrah in some ways because, Arizona did just get a lot older.
Yeah, they did, and they did lose a couple people. Kenyon Drake, Larry Fitzgerald, Hassan Reddick, Patrick Peterson, but again, he was old, so, he's getting older. Jonathan Joseph, seeing on, Mason Cole, and they also lost Zane Gonzalez, but hey, Matt Prater's probably a better pickup anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, your categories too.
Cat's back.
But yeah, but outside of that, I think I know it's not really on their draft, sort of on their draft list. They're on Draft Network. Their top 3, they have cornerback, running back, and inside offensive line. I think it'd probably be better to go for inside offensive line because even though Kyler Murray is really good at running, he should probably stop running most of the time. And I have them going with inside offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker. Out of, who is he?
That's how you pronounce it. Dang, I would not have come close to that.
Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good one. I also had them taking one of their major needs, although I think they're going to go running back. And I think they go Najee Harris. He's a...
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the guys in the draft that, he could legitimately be the Cardinals' bell cow. He could be their every down back. You've ever heard that term before?
No.
Yeah, bell cow running back is somebody who takes 90% of the rushes. Like an Ezekiel Elliott kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but he can be on the field basically every down. He's a good receiving option, and he clears up that one thing that you were talking about, not having Kyler Murray run the ball so much. Just give him somebody else to run the ball with.
All right, that's fair. And in fact, they also lost Kenyon Drake is probably a reason why.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake was pretty good, so they need somebody to replace him.
Right. Anyway, next, the Las Vegas Raiders. I thought they were actually going to go to the playoffs, but then they, got their ass.
They did Raiders things.
Yeah, they did Raiders things. And and Henry Ruggs go fast, and Henry Ruggs no catch.
Yeah, except that one time where...
Shut up! We know. Anyway, acquisitions. Kenyon Drake, John Brown, I forgot, from the Bills, which is pretty good. Willie Snead, Yannick Ngakoue. He was up there for a while. Solomon Thomas, Quentin Jefferson, and Carl Joseph. They did lose a couple big ones. Nelson Aguilar, Jason Witten, Trent Brown, Rodney Hudson, Vic Beasley, Eric Harris, and LaMarcus Joyner. Yeah, they need some help.
Some?
A lot.
Many help.
Yes.
Much help.
Yeah, so, let's... I think they're going to start with the basics. They're going to do what a lot of people are going to be doing, improving the offensive line. I have them going with Christian Darrisaw.
Offensive tackle. That's smart.
Yep.
The Raiders are another team that have a type. They like big, they like speed, they like size, they like numbers. They're like a World of Warcraft player. They need the biggest numbers possible. So I think that they end up going with a corner who has really good speed, really good size, but is a little bit iffy on some of the fundamentals, but that could be taught. I think they go Caleb Farley, cornerback, Virginia Tech.
Okay. All right. Next, the Dolphins' actual pick, where they actually were this past season, and you know what? From going from 5-11 to 10-6, really good. I mean, and granted, the AFC was dominant for the entire season. So yeah, they just missed out on making the playoffs. If not for getting their asses spanked by the Bills.
If they were in the NFC, they would have totally made it.
Oh yeah, easily. But I think they're going to improve. The second pick, I think they're actually going to improve on their defense, and I have them picking Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher out of where was he? Georgia. Oh, Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. So, I think that they try to protect Tua Tagovailoa, by adding some offensive line help, and I think they go with Elijah Vera Tucker, 2-year starter at USC at both guard and left tackle. Great footwork. The guy is a really solid lineman and can play basically wherever you need him to. So I think that he makes the most sense, to just improve Tua's chances, because now that they got rid of his safety blanket in Ryan Fitzpatrick, now they can't just be like, oh wait, Tua's kind of not playing all that well. Put in the meme.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do that anymore. He's with the football team.
Yes, and we're going to talk about them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, their acquisition...
From one meme to another.
One meme to another.
Speaking of memes, it is now time for Sports Team Mixed Sports Team.
Yeah, actually, did you guys...
Hail to the Washington football team.
Actually, did you guys see...
They're doing a name the team thing, and it's open to everyone.
Yep. I did see a couple good ones outside of the Red Tails. Red Wolves sounds like a really good one.
Name them the Redskins.
No, they're not gonna do it. But
do it.
Name them the Wildflowers.
That's no. Stop that.
Just throw all pretenses out the window and name them the Capitals. And yes, I do know about the hockey team.
But anyway,
what they should do is just change it to something else that's totally racist and insensitive, and then change it every year.
Ruh-roh. Anyway, their acquisitions. They had a couple. Of course, Ryan Fitzmagic being one of them, and that just crashed on me. Give me a second. Don't worry, it wasn't OBS. It was the NFL team thingy. Here we are. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Curtis Samuel, Adam Humphries, Tyler Larson, William Jackson, Darryl Roberts. They lost Alex Smith. Oh, shame. David Sharp, Ryan Kerrigan, Ryan Anderson, Thomas Davis, Kevin Pierre-Louis, Ronald Darby, and Fabian Moreau. Let's see. I think they're gonna... one of their biggest strengths was their defense, and I think they're gonna keep improving on that defense, which is why I have the Washington current football team going with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, from outside linebacker from Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I always thought it was Notre Dame.
Either or.
Well, it's Notre Dame is the French. Notre Dame is what we call it in America.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily always mean that, because otherwise we'd be calling them the Boston Celtics.
Oof.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, you also picking a linebacker?
I am also going linebacker, and I have them taking Micah Parsons out of Penn State.
Okay, so you have him going a little bit later then.
Yeah, I have him falling just a little bit, because he's playing at maybe not the most exciting position. He's not an edge rusher or a corner. Sometimes those players fall a little bit. So I think that Parsons could end up being a steal for somebody. And I hate to say this, but the Washington football team kind of drafts pretty well these days. So I think that they end up taking somebody who might be sliding down a little bit and get some good value out of it.
Yeah, I could say. Yeah. All right. Next, Da Bears.
Da Bears.
Da Bears. All right. Let's talk about their acquisitions. All right.
I know what the first one is going to be. Can we skip it?
Nope.
And they're somehow going to do something even more stupid than they usually do and pick a safety.
I think they're going to go even dumber.
Anyway, but acquisitions. Andy Dalton for more. Damian Williams, Elijah Wilkinson, Angelo Blackson, Jeremy Itachu, Christian Jones, and Desmond Trufant.
I recognize two of those people.
They lost Trubisky, Bob Massey, seeing John Jenkins, Kyle Fuller. That was a big mistake to do. Artie Burns.
It's a salary cap, dude.
Yeah, I know. Buster Skrine, Tashawn Gibson, and Cordell Patterson. forgot he was still on the
Oh my God! Why did we let go of Cordero Patterson? He was the best kick returner in the league.
But yeah,
he's literally the second coming of Devin Hester. I'm not joking on that. He is so fucking good.
Want to know why? Want to know why we got rid of all those good players?
Well, salary cap.
Bears.
Like, to quote John Boyce from his Kickoffs Are Stupid and Bad video, I think the only advice that I can give to kick returners is be Cordero Patterson. Like, the guy has a sixth sense for it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy the Jets picked up from the Saints was pretty good. The quarterback as well as a kick returner.
The name's escaping me.
Yeah, but anyway, well, since how they kind of lost Kyle Fuller, I think they're going to go for his replacement. I think they're going to go after Caleb Farley.
That's fairly solid.
Yep.
He's kind of a raw receiver, or a raw corner, but he can definitely turn into somebody really good. I have the Bears trading up.
I saw.
Because the Bears totally have that kind of, leverage. They're totally in. They're just one pick away from being, superstars.
No.
I have the Bears trading up to number 13 and selecting, get ready for it, Mac Jones.
Why?
Because I hate myself.
You clearly hate me, too.
Yes, fuck you.
What did I do?
You were born.
That's mean.
I know.
That's
from something, but I can't remember what it was from.
I don't know. Apologies, Kanako. You alright? You alright?
Yeah,
okay.
Yay.
It's called acting.
Okay.
You know that thing you do when you're a professional wrestler?
Oh, right. Anyway, next. The Indianapolis Colts, who managed to sneak in. To the number
I thought they were gonna be shit last year.
Yeah.
Because they brought in freaking Phillip Rivers, and he was dog shit in his last year with the Chargers. And then he comes over to Indy and is suddenly not dog shit.
Yeah, because he had a really good offensive line.
Yeah.
But speaking of, they did acquire, well, again, since Phillip Rivers retired, they did acquire Carson Wentz from the Eagles. Hopefully he'll be a little bit better. They acquired two other offensive tackles, Sam Devey and Julian Davenport, guard Chris Reed, Isaac Rochelle, and safety Sean Davis. They did lose a couple people, Rivers, Brissett being the two big ones, Trey Burton, Anthony Costanzo, Justin Houston, Anthony Walker, and Malik Hooker. They're almost there. They could take the division away from the Titans.
I could totally see that, especially if Wentz decides to not suck.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And one thing, I know they said, I'm just looking at the Colts. Yeah, offensive tackle, cornerback, and wide receiver. I know a couple people I have seen them go for a wideout. Maybe a late second round wideout going first. I have them strengthening their offensive line. I have them going offensive tackle Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. Yeah, not a bad pick.
Yeah, not a bad pick at all. I think that they work on their defense a little bit, and I think they go with Kwity Paye, edge rusher out of Michigan. Another member of the all-name team. He is one of those guys who just really explosive and just can get to the ball really, really quickly. And I don't know. I just think that he fits that scheme really well.
All right. Next on the list is the 11-5 Titans. Maybe they should have kept on going 9-7. They tend to do pretty good at 9-7.
Well, they'd have to rehire Jeff Fisher.
Yeah. Anyway, they acquired a couple people: Josh Reynolds, Kendall Lamb, offensive outside linebacker Bud Dupree, Janoris Jenkins, and Kevin Johnson. But they did lose a good bunch. Corey Davis, Adam Humphries, Janu Smith, Daquan Jones, Jadeveon Clowney, Malcolm Butler, Dory Jackson, Desmond King, and Steven Gostkowski's gone. Yeah, this is an obvious pick because they also lost Isaiah Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because oh my gosh, the kid only played like 4 games last year and was released to the Dolphins, and they didn't do anything with him, and now I think he's pretty much out of the league.
Yeah, like he is. Wow, that was bad.
Yeah,
like he's sped run the bust category.
Yeah, I apologize for our comments about what's his face, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh yeah, Dwayne Haskins. Like
he got picked up by the Steelers.
Isaiah Wilson found some new tech.
Yeah. So they need help on the O-line. So I have them going with I have them picking Samuel Cosmi out of Texas.
Solid pick. I had Cosmi going around this range, I think.
No,
I have Samuel Cosmi.
You have him up a couple. To the Bengals when they traded down.
Oh yeah. I had him going to the Bengals at 20, so I had him in around that range.
Yes.
I think they go corner instead because like you're gonna find some really good offensive lineman depth in this draft. Mm-hmm. So you don't necessarily have to go there if that's not your only need. And I think they go corner here and take Greg Newsome II out of Northwestern. There's one of those Northwestern guys again.
Yep.
But yeah, like he's really good at like diagnosing plays and like finding the ball. Like he's one of those guys who can like shut down half a field.
Right. Actually, speaking of, we're going to the Jets' next pick, and I don't. Now, I'm looking at the needs, or at least the secondary needs outside of QB. Cornerback, edge rusher, wide receiver, tight end, running back, linebacker, pretty much everybody. But the one that stuck out, because we lost Brian Poole and, the Pierre Desir experiment was, not even an experiment. It was a failed attempt at, like, competence. I don't know. I can't words. Pierre Desir was a big mistake. But I actually have the Jets going after Greg Newsome II from their picks from the Seahawks, because the defensive front seven is good, but their secondary outside of Marcus May sucks. So and with losing Brian Poole, it's like we need a good corner, and Greg Newsome is that corner.
For sure.
Yeah, we need a corner.
I can see that.
We need a corner badly.
Mm-hmm. I think that they go offensive line so that way they don't let Justin Fields die like they did with Sam Darnold. So I have them going offensive tackle, Tevin Jenkins.
Okay. Yeah, so I actually...
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so I actually have the Jets... again, we're not doing second round, but I do have them at picking an offensive lineman with their first pick in the second round. Believe it was... Yeah, Landon Dickerson out of Alabama. Yeah, I did.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he would probably be the next best guy, because Becton and Becton's great and Fant is okay, but we need to fix that inside. We need to fix that inside line. So I definitely think they should go for Landon Dickerson. But anyway, next, the Steelers. Oh, let's make fun of the Steelers because
they need. Honestly, here's the thing. They've. I want to be nice to them for a second here.
No.
I'm going to be nice to them. I'm going to be nice to them for 1 second. They got one of two options: trade up this season or tank this season.
They're gonna tank this season, but it's not gonna be intentional.
No, I'm looking at the people they acquired. I have no idea. Kalen Ballage, running back, offensive tackle Joe Haig, center BJ Finney, and safety Miles Killebrew. They lost a lot. James Conner, Matt Feeler, Marquise Pouncey, Bud Dupree, Avery Williamson, who they got from the Jets, is gone. Yeah, so they need a lot of help, and I think they're going to go with the. I think with both of us, they're going to go after running back, and I have them going for Najee Harris.
Yeah, actually, I'm not taking a running back. I have running back with the next pick.
Yeah.
But, Najee Harris would be smart because, losing James Conner, they can find somebody new right there. But the Steelers have this weird knack of finding, really good offensive set pieces, in the later rounds.
Claypool.
They found James Conner in the third. They found Juju Smith in the second. They found Antonio in the fifth.
Claypool second round last year.
Yeah, exactly. They just find these people and just hello, cat. They just find these people in the later rounds and just turn them into stars.
All right.
But so I have them going offensive lineman instead because if they're gonna put a statue like Ben Roethlisberger out there at quarterback, you might as well just try to keep him upright. Yeah. So I have them going with center Creed Humphrey.
Where's he out of?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. All right. Next, Jaguars' second pick in the first round. I think they're gonna give. They're gonna end up giving Trevor Lawrence a weapon, and they do. Looking up their pickups, Marvin Jones and Philip Dorsett is good, but I think adding another stud wideout, it wouldn't be too bad. A late stud wideout. I have them going Rashad Bateman, wide receiver out of Minnesota.
That works. I personally think that Marvin Jones can occupy that wide receiver 1 position because Marvin Jones is really good.
Yeah.
But Rashad Bateman makes a lot of sense there. But I think that they go in a little bit of a different direction since the Leonard Fournette thing did not work out.
Nope.
So I think they go running back here, and I think they're taking Travis Etienne.
Ooh.
Out of Clemson. Hey! He's going to be paired up with Trevor Lawrence.
Hey! Not bad at all. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, make them the Jacksonville Tigers.
All right, next. This is weird seeing these guys here. The Cleveland.
Did they trade down?
Okay.
No, I'm saying, did the Browns trade down to get this late in the draft? This is weird.
No, they made it to the playoffs and beat the Steelers.
That sounds incorrect.
What year is it?
1986, apparently. But anyway, yeah, okay. They did have some good pickups. Defensive tackle Malik Jackson, Anthony Walker, Tack McKinley. They did lose Larry Ogunjobi and a couple other people. Adrian Claiborne, Terrence Marshall, Kevin Johnson, Carl Joseph, and Andrew Sendejo. Actually, with losing a couple people, two of their defensive ends, I have them going for an edge rusher, and I have them going for Jalen Phillips, edge rusher out of Tulsa.
Give what's the guy's name? Myles Garrett. Give him a sidekick.
And then they get tear off helmets and hit each other, hit the other people with the helmets.
Yay! Fuck Myles Garrett. Okay, so that's a good one. I think that they.
Oh, sorry, no, Jalen Phillips out of Miami. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I think that they're going to go with a linebacker out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa.
I love that the first part of his name is Owu. Owu.
Oh my god. What a furry.
All right.
I mean,
I had a thing the other, like a couple weeks ago, where I asked my people on Twitter, is Uwu an anime or a furry thing? And
no, it's an anime thing.
Well, actually, like 70% of the people who voted said it was a furry thing.
Huh.
Well, they're in conflict.
How dare. But the reason I asked was because my boyfriend Teddy got a patch for his backpack that had an uwu on it.
Oh.
And I kept making furry jokes about it. And he was just like, "No, it's an anime thing."
No, it's.
And I put it to Twitter, and they said furries, and he was just like, "Well, that's because you have furry friends."
I mean, that's both true and correct, because it actually comes from the anime girls when they like get a cheeky anime girl when they're about to do something sneaky. Their mouth turns into that the W kind of
yeah, but that's also like
free face.
That's like a cat face.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, next Baltimore Ravens. They acquired only three people: Sammy Watkins, Josh Oliver, and Kevin Zeitler. But they did lose.
All good players.
Yep. But they did lose Mark Ingram, Willie Snead, Yannick Ngakoue, Matt Skura, and Matthew Judon.
Also good players.
Now, again, a couple of people have them going wide out, but I'm going to somewhat unorthodox. I have them going for a safety. I have them going Trevor Morig, safety out of TCU. Yeah,
all right. Like, I don't think I had any safeties on my board. Like, I don't know. Safety is a position that feels like.
Well, it is one of the needs they kind of need because their secondary has been kind of diminished after 2012.
Yeah. I have them go like because they lost a couple of receivers as well. Like they lost Willie Snead, they lost someone else too. I can't remember who. But there was another one they lost, right?
No, well, Marquise Brown hasn't been really producing as well.
Yeah, like he's been good in spurts. I think that they go wide receiver again here, just to like round out their wide receiver core. Just like go full blown young dudes at all the receiver positions. I have them going Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota, and whenever they make that pick, Baltimore fans are going to have a mini heart attack going, "Oh God, we drafted Rashad Perriman again."
All right. Next, the Saints. Oh, poor Saints.
They got gutted.
Oh my goodness gracious! Like they barely got anybody. Fullback Alex Arma, tight end Nick Vannett, and defensive tackle Tono Pasagon. They lost pretty much everyone. Breeze, Sanders, Cook, Hendrickson, Jenkins. They lost everybody.
Yeah, if the Jets were the New Jersey practice squad, then the Saints are now like the Lafayette practice squad. Like it is brutal. Like they lost They lost so many good people. But that's what happens when you kick the can down the road for like 10 years and end up accruing a $100 million cap hit. And then the salary cap goes down.
Yeah.
Like, they were at least expecting, oh, we only going to have to give up like $80 million worth of salary or something. No!
Yeah. Yeah, this is where I have them going. This is where I have them going edge rusher. They, the one I mistook for out of Tulsa, Zaven Collins.
Mm-hmm. I think they actually trade down a little bit because they need to acquire some more. They need more players. Purely and simply, they need more bodies on the field, and cheaply at that. So I think they trade down a little bit and end up going with the wide receiver out of LSU, Terence Marshall Jr. Like, Saints love their LSU players, so that would just be like an extra little goody gumdrops thing. But he's more of a bigger receiver, whereas Michael Thomas is more of a slot guy.
Yeah,
like Terrace Marshall can be that guy who takes the top off defenses.
Right.
Like, makes those big acrobatic, like 30-yard downfield throws or catches.
Yep. Next is the Green Bay Packers. Acquisitions 0.
Just Packers things.
They only made one move in that offseason. That was re-signing Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They lost everyone else. Jamal Williams, Corey Linsley, Montravius Adams, Damon Harrison, Christian Kirksey. All gone.
Everyone in the draft.
Yep.
They will try to replace everyone in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could probably do it. Like, they probably have exactly all of their draft picks.
Yeah, I think
plus a couple compensatories.
Yep, and in doing so, they're going to do something they haven't done in a while: draft a wide receiver. I have them going Florida wideout Kadarius Toney.
Wow, so they're going to do something that's not going to piss off Aaron Rodgers? You got to be pulling my leg.
Why you have them? Pissing off?
But we all know the only reason they did so well was because of pissed off Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, sure.
But
pissed off Aaron Rodgers is a force to be reckoned with, but, he's 35. Right. He doesn't have too much longer left. Got to give him something. Because pissed off Aaron Rodgers is a candle that will burn itself out.
Right.
So I think that they are going to help him, but in other ways, like protecting him. So I have them going with a tackle out of Alabama, Alex Leatherwood. God, what a name.
Yeah.
That feels like a Green Bay Packer right there.
Yep. All right, next. America's team, the Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah. Hey, they got red, white, and blue in their paint scheme, so.
Yep.
It works.
Yep. Got, again, pretty good offseason. Mitch Trubisky is their backup now.
They got the MVP, y'all. League fucked.
Matt Breida, new second running back. Emmanuel Sanders, Brandon Powell, Jacob Hollister, tight end. Forrest Lamp. That's a fun name.
I love Lamp. I love Lamp.
Offensive tackle Bobby Hart, and they picked up Matt Hack as the punter. They did lose a couple people. John Brown, Tyler Croft, who's now in the Jets. Brian Winters, edge rusher Trent Murphy, Quentin Jefferson, and Josh Norman. So I think what the Bills, again, they just need like small fixes here and there. So I think they're going to go to help out. I think they're going to help out Ed Oliver a little bit. So I have them going for edge rusher Jason Oye. Who edge rusher out of Penn State to help out Ed Oliver.
I think they do the similar thing, but just like in a I think that they give somebody for Ed Oliver to go on the other side of, because Ed Oliver is a defensive tackle, right?
I think he's edge.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I interior on the defensive line out of Alabama, Christian Barmore. Yeah, like he is. Like I'm reading his positives on Pro Football Network, and I'm seeing explosive like 4 times. Like dude just flies off the line.
Nice. All right.
4 times explosive.
All right. Next, the runners-up, the AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. They did grab a couple big ones. Joe Tooney and Kyle Long being big pickups. But they did lose quite a number. Le'Veon Bell, Sammy Watkins, Eric Fisher, Mitchell Schwartz, Austin Ryder. Pretty much all of their offensive line. So, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I think they'll, again, you and I agree they're going to go for offensive line, but it depends on what part. I have them going for offensive tackle, Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan.
That works. And, because they lost they lost both of their tackles.
Yeah.
They lost Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, and both are really good at tackles. So, they need help there. I took Wyatt Davis, who is technically a guard out of Ohio State, but he has versatility to him. He can move around, and they just need help along that line because it was already kind of spotty before they lost their 2 really good tackles.
Right.
And finally,
out of the first round anyway. Out of the first round, out of the first round, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There we go. No acquisition. No real acquisitions, but they did a bunch of re-signings: Godwin, Devontae Davis, Jack Barrett.
Dude, they are literally the first team ever to re-sign to win the Super Bowl and then re-sign their entire starting lineup the next year.
Yeah,
they didn't lose any starters. It's crazy.
Yeah, they lost a couple: Steve McClendon and AQ Shipley.
Yeah, but they were not starters.
Yeah, and again, McClendon was the defensive tackle from the Jets. Thanks.
Jets.
More proof that when the Jets go elsewhere, they win.
I would venture to say he made the right decision.
It's almost as if it's not the players' fault the Jets suck.
No, it isn't. But yeah, I have them going for defense, also defensive line tackle, Christian Barmore out of Alabama.
And I think they go edge rusher out of Texas, Joseph Osai.
All right, now we do have, again, 3 teams were not in that first round: the Rams, Seahawks, and Texans. I just did a random pick, see what their big needs were. So tell me what you think of these guys. So the Rams, I think, have the first pick. Yes, Rams have the first pick out of the 3 teams that weren't in the first round. I have them going inside linebacker Dylan Moses out of Alabama.
And
I mean,
by the way, they need offensive tackle. What does IOL stand for?
Inside offensive line. Tight end, linebacker, and edge rusher.
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't they lose Clay Matthews?
Just double checking. They're all the way down here. Big losses for the Rams. No, they lost. They only lost a couple. They got, again, Stafford and Deshaun Jackson. They lost Morgan Fox, Michael Brockers, Troy Hill, and John Johnson. A lot of that was on their defense. Offensive, Jared Goff, Malcolm Brown, Josh Reynolds, and Gerald Everett and Austin Blythe. I think he's still there. So yeah, I think they're gonna go for. I think they might go Dylan Moses on this one. The next team picking.
All right, well, that works for me.
Yep. Next team picking is the Houston Shamefulls.
Seahawks, because the Texans don't have the first or second.
No, they're the first to pick in the third.
Right.
Yeah, the Houston Shamefulls.
But the Seahawks have a second.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. I completely missed them. They're right before that. Yeah, I actually have them with Tankathon's going. Edge rusher Carlos Basham Jr. out of Wake Forest. Just the name sounds awesome.
Yeah. No relation to Doug or Danny.
That's a deep cut.
Oh, I get it.
Please. Thank you.
And finally,
quick thing. Seahawks need an edge, offensive tackle, or a cornerback.
Yeah, so I'm having to go get another edge.
Did you see what? Did you see the trade that the Bears floated out for Russell Wilson?
I missed it.
Like, they offered like 3 first-round picks and like 2 starters.
Oof.
And they got told no.
Damn.
Like,
but anyway, yes. Finally, the Houston.
Like, even though they did make that play, like Russell Wilson is still the 3rd best quarterback. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Anyway, and now the Houston Shamefuls.
Oof.
Not inaccurate.
Yep. Their big needs: quarterback, inside defensive line, wide receiver, inside offensive line, tight end, and edge. I have them going for inside offensive line. I have them going Trey Smith out of Tennessee.
They need.
Honestly, they could go anywhere. He already said what they need.
As far as I can tell, they need cornerback, inside defensive line, in wide receiver, inside offensive line, and tight end and edge.
Yeah, again, another. Again, this is sort of like the same spending spree that the the Patriots made. But this is again another act of desperation.
Yeah, and it's not gonna work because they don't have a quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Finley.
Oh wow, they have Tyrod Taylor.
They also have Ryan Finley.
Does that mean that they're also going to draft a quarterback this year, and then like he's going to replace him?
No, but yeah. If anything, just to make one of those quarterbacks happy, I don't know who it's going to be. Give him an inside offensive line, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, but that concludes
Good luck.
Yep. Good luck at everyone. Yeah, that concludes our thoughts on the first round as well as everyone else's pick. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen this year.
Once we see what happens, I think we should do a review of what actually happened and laugh at the idiots who drafted poorly.
So we're gonna laugh at the
ones
Jets.
who drafted and the Bears.
I was gonna say the Bears, but okay.
Yes. Mac Jones.
Meanwhile, other things that are being worked on for this channel, I am slowly working on a series of videos for the AFL, and I don't mean that AFL, I mean Australian Football League.
There's an Australian Football League? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
The Jets drafted a punter out of the AFL.
I'm working on a thing where, like, so I got this game that lets me book wrestling league, and I've been considering like basically introducing it to everybody and making regular videos where I like book stuff and try to make the promotion that I'm booking work, and it's going all right. So that might happen soon.
Huh.
Yeah. So expect content.
Yes, plenty more content. And I don't know. Maybe we'll stream the draft, but I don't think we have enough viewers for that.
Nah, I don't think.
Nah, I'm more than likely going to be busy at that time.
All right.
I'm probably going to be working.
Yeah. Well, until then, enjoy the draft coming out on the 29th.
Yep.